English Defence League, Stephen Lennon, who also goes by the name of Tommy Robinson. Did you ever meet Anders Breivik?
I never. Can I start by expressing our deepest sympathies and our prayers for all the victims and all the families and the entire country of Norway. And God
How
bless
was it
them.
that this man who committed these atrocious acts was able to come on your demonstrations?
I don't believe he has been on our demonstration, but I believe we should stop speculating and look at the facts. The facts.
I am looking at some evidence here from Daryl Hobson. Do you know who he is?
I don't know. But
I thought you were arrested with him once, weren't
that's
you?
the poppy burning incident. There was other people arrested. I was arrested on my own on that day. But page 14.
You were arrested at the same time. Yes.
No, I wasn't. On the same day. Page 1438 of his dossier, he states the English Defence League are an anti-racist, anti-fascist, anti-Nazi organisation. We can never coincide with this organisation because our ideologies are so far apart. That's what he says.
We'll come to his manifesto in a short time.
He has
Mr.
stated,
Hobson claims.
Who is Mr. Hobson? Mr. Hobson's some random member out of 100,000 members.
Sorry, I thought first of all we don't actually know how
100,000 supporters on the internet. Daryl Hobson's one of them. Yeah. No, but more to the point. This man who has been arrested. Let's not listen to what Daryl Hobson says. Let's listen to what let's listen to what this psychopath says in his manifesto. In his manifesto, he states that we have non-white members, and he is ideologically so far apart from us. He calls us naive fools. The media are not reporting this. Our relationship with this man is completely opposite.
Sure.
We encourage integration.
He had 6.
He doesn't praise you.
E.D.L
He doesn't praise us. If you listen to what he says in his manifesto rather than speculation, let's look at the facts of what he says on page 1438. I can actually read them. I can read the facts if you want. He actually says.
Just tell me, out of his manifesto, how much of it do you disagree with? 1,500 pages. How much do you disagree with?
Can I state that after 7/7, would you have said this to a Muslim leader because they shared the same ideology?
That's completely irrelevant.
Parts of the same ideology. We believe Islam is a threat. Do we want to stop this happening on British soil, or do we want to play the blame game? We should be trying to learn from this incident.
I'm just trying to establish some facts about the connections between your organisation and his.
Yeah, the E.D.L harshly condemned.
Quotes endlessly.
No, it's not. This isn't quotes. This is from his manifesto, not media, not Daryl Hobson. This is from the man himself. The E.D.L harshly condemns any movement that uses terror as a tool, such as mine. This is why we view the E.D.L as naive fools. The E.D.L is a democratic movement. They still believe that the democratic system can solve British problems. They have non-European background members, African and Asian, etc., etc. This is what the man said. So
presumably you've also read his listing on one of your forums. Hello to all you good English men and women. Just wanted to say you're a blessing to all in Europe in these dark days.
This was before his manifesto was released, so you can see that his
Indeed
opinion...
it was almost the last thing he published before he disappeared to make his bombs.
Yeah, and then you've seen his manifesto that he released. The point is, there is a massive... Do we want to learn from this? This man was a sick individual. You can never use terror tactics like he has used, but do we want to learn from it? The fact is, there's an undercurrent of anger that people... These are the facts that people should be addressing. There's an undercurrent of anger across the whole of Britain, across the whole of Europe. If you don't address this issue, if you keep sweeping it under the carpet, and you keep
no one's sweeping it under the carpet. I'm only trying to establish the links between you and him.
In a democracy, you use your democratic rights. When you're aggrieved, you peacefully protest. That's what the English Defence League's done. We get condemned for trying to peacefully protest. We are an anti. We condemn all extremism. We condemn all violence. We are exactly what you would want as a grassroots organisation to the serious threat. There have not been
Alan Lake, who was one of your founders.
He's not one of my mates. He wasn't one of our founders. Again, that's speculation.
He's a funder of your organisation.
No, he's not a funder. That's again speculation.
He's not a funder or a founder.
He's never given a penny to the English Defence League. These are not. That's what I mean. We should do.
But he's written speeches for you, hasn't he?
No, facts, not speculation. That's what I'm saying. The point is,
do you know him?
Do you believe that there have been dormant racists?
Do you know him?
I do know him, but do you believe there are dormant racists?
Do you agree with him when he says this was logical and inevitable?
No, I don't. I completely
disagree. I
am disgusted and sickened by what this man done. Yeah. And every single member of the English Defence League I've spoken to are disgusted. But if people believe there are dormant racists that have just been waiting to be completely racist against Muslims, to sweep the country like a phenomenon the English Defence League has, to build a division in every single town and city, the reason why is because there are British people that are gravely concerned the threat of Islam is having on our nation. And if you want to solve these problems, you're not going to solve them by dismissing people as racist and just putting it across as they're lunatics, all people who have concerns against Islam. In every country, 24% of Norwegians voted for an anti-Islamic organisation. This is going on across Europe. There needs to be a platform given to people so they can have their frustrations heard. That platform is a peaceful protest. You take that democratic right away from them people, God knows what them people will do.
And according to your website, which features people in the crosshairs of telescopic sights, you'd shoot them if that doesn't take place.
I don't understand what it means.
your literature includes pictures of prominent Muslims with whom you disagree, you would say Islamic fundamentalists,
and Jim
in the crosshairs of
That's not our
rifles.
website. That's on Facebook. If we keep reverting back to Facebook, where anyone can go under any name and put anything, that is no evidence against our organisation anyway. You will not find them sort of things on our website, on our .org website. People can check our organisation out. We stand against extremism. We condemn all acts of violence. But at the same time, you have to give people in our community that are concerned about the threat of Islam, which is a genuine threat, you have to give them an opportunity to have a voice, rather than trying to destroy that voice, which is the media campaign.
No one denies there's lots of anxiety
about Islam, massively.
Tremendous anxiety.
But as soon as you say it, you're racist and you're fascist, and that's just bang out of order, because you're creating the problem.
I'm intrigued to know what it is in his 1,500-page manifesto you disagree with.
To be honest, I disagree with. I do disagree with murder. I share the same fact that I believe Islam is a threat, but we completely condemn any acts of violence against any innocent people. What has happened over there is horrific and will be remembered for the rest of eternity as a disgusting, deranged attack. And that's what it is. We condemn it, we are against it, but at the same time, you can't just brush off millions of people who have a concern against Islam as lunatics, or when they're a serious concern. We need to have our voices heard. And if you try and take the platform of democratic protest, at the present, I am banned from protesting. What about my human rights? Human rights are only there for Muslim community in this country. We are seeing many of our members, English defensive members, given 10-year ASBOs from demonstrating. So when they're concerned about Islam, they're not even allowed to go and have a demonstration now. This is the land of democracy, unless you want to talk about Islam, and then it's not. So these are genuine concerns, and these think tanks are not doing their job. Do you know why they're not doing their job? Because all these government organisations don't have a representative from the working class community. That representative is me. That representative is English Defence League, telling you how we feel, and we are against all extremism and all violence. But you need to listen, because God forbid this ever happens on British soil, because it's a time coming. You're probably 5 or 10 years away.
Okay, thank you very much. That sounds almost like a threat. Hang on a second.
No, it's not a threat.
You think something like this could happen?
I believe that it could, and it's not a threat. It's a wake-up call to say, listen, we don't want this to happen. So we need to address the problem. The problem's not going to get solved by keep building more mosques and keep flooding the country with Islamic immigration and not dealing with the threats of Islam and not listening to people.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Now, can it really be true